Hey everybody. It was Saturday night, and we did a on live. We went and did the ghost videos thing last night, and we told a couple ghost stories and shared that. A lot of people were real receptive to it, so thinking about doing it again here in a couple days. But anyways, I guess tonight I want to talk about the things that we lose, things we leave behind. We lose a lot of people in the process of going forward and changing because we're always changing, we're always growing. And some of the people we lose, we're meant to lose because they're not good, they're not positive for us. Instead, they're people that drag us down and pull us back. And that being said, I mean, yeah, we're meant to lose them. We're meant to leave them behind so we can grow. Um, if you were to grow a tree in a house, it only grows to the ceiling height and then it starts to spread out and mushroom. And it can't grow past the ceiling. Well, once you take the tree outside and you plant it in the dirt and it roots and it just keeps on growing, it becomes as big as it can possibly be, till some other factor just takes it down. But as long as nothing takes it down, I mean, that tree can grow to just a huge size. Um, I think we're like trees, in a way that we can grow as high as we grow as long as we know that we're going to drop the negative energy and negative people. We're going to take away our ceilings and our walls and we're going to go as high and as far as we can. But in order to do that, sometimes we got to leave this negativity behind, which is people, places, and things. The negativity spawns from stuff that we allow to be in our lives, in our existence. And I say allows because we're literally doing it to ourselves. It's people that we allow to be around us, and it could be family members. And some people are like, "Oh, I can't get rid of family members," but you know what? If they're not helping you grow, they're not helping you be who you want to be, then sometimes you need to save yourself. And then when you're steady enough, you can go full circle and you can come back and you can help them out. But if they refuse to grow with you, then they're just holding you back and they're not going to help you grow. It's been a while, that I've learned that sometimes you got to make choices, you got to make cuts, and they're not pleasant and they're not nice, but they're necessary for self-preservation. Um, like family members, occasionally you got to leave a family member behind because just they're not beneficial to you. They keep on taking from you. They'll take everything you've got, including yourself, and they don't care. In a lot of scenarios, like rescue scenarios, they say if your victim is going to take you down, sometimes you got to let the victim go, or the person you're trying to save, you got to let them go, and you got to let them of their own remission. Let them handle their own situation because you can't save them. There's no point in having two victims in the water if the person doesn't want to be saved. And that goes for life. I think in life, we try to save these people. We try to help people out all the time. We try to do the right things by people, and then they try to drag us down. They try to grab us by the neck and drown us with them. And sometimes we just got to let go and let that person, float for themselves. And you find out that they can actually swim. They just were trying to take you down. Well, same thing in life. People that are so negative, so pessimist, they're going to be like trying to bring you back into their negativity. They're going to want you to agree with their negative lifestyle and the negative things they're doing. And they're going to do their best to try to make sure that you understand that they're miserable and nothing can bring them out of their misery. And then when you're down there, they're going to rise up to the top and be like, yeah, I don't hang around with that person because they're always miserable or they're always negative. So they cast it off on you. And then the only thing you try to do is help somebody out, help somebody be a better person, be a more positive influence on somebody's life. And it gets stuck with you. I look at it and I'm like, man, how did we get there? How did we get to that point where we have to cast away people? Because there was a point where most people you came around were positive, and most people were survivors, and I think we got to a point where we just allowed people to get rid of their coping mechanisms and allowed them to cast off the ability to cope with negative influences. And we told them it's okay to just be in your feelings all day, every day. And it's really not. It's really not. We need to get to a point where we can handle a bad day and cast it off in a reasonable amount of time, not let it bother us for a whole week. Or some people just stay in it. They stay in their funk, and it doesn't ever get better. The only way to truly be a positive person and start pushing for a positive change is to find the good things that make you happy. Find the things that make you grow. Find the things that make you move forward. And you always got to remember, whenever you move away from something, move forward, move beyond it. People get stuck in the situations they're in, and they stay there. They stay in that little tiny box of depression, a little tiny box of down putting, a little tiny box of insufficient feelings. They can't really just get past it. They're stuck there. And you're like, oh, well, it's easy to say. It's easy to say. It's not easy to do. In actuality, it is easy to do. You just refuse to do it. Refuse to be there. You refuse a ton of things in your life, but the things that we refuse in our life are we refuse to get up. We refuse to be happy. We refuse to change. And when we get stuck at that position where we just refuse, then we're not moving forward. We're stuck. There's going to be a time where you're going to be forced to move forward. And it's going to be painful. It's going to be hard. But the more you do it, the easier it gets. The more you move forward, the easier it gets. The more you walk forward, the more you push, the more you force that smile on your face, it's going to get easier to do. And the struggle of getting out of that box of misery is going to get easier to do. Now you guys might look at me. I'm not smiling. I've had a long day. I'm kind of tired, but my heart's intact and my soul's intact. And I feel good about my life, and I feel good about me. And you know what? There's bills I can't pay. There's things that, are beyond me. There's things that I know I'm going to fail at in the future, but you know what? That doesn't bother me today. It doesn't bother me today because there's nothing I can do about it today. I can keep myself intact. I can love the people next to me, and I can change people's lives around me because I'm going to radiate positive, not negative. Irregardless of my current situation, however bleak or dark it is, nobody needs to know about it. It's not anybody's burden but my own. And you know what? And it's really not my burden to bear either, because you know what? If I don't have the means to take care of it, there's nothing I can do about it. I can try to think about the means to take care of it, and that's a thought, and a thought shouldn't bring me stress. Resolution, if I can resolve it and not cause myself any more undue stress, well, that's okay too. But what's your mental health worth? What's your physical being worth? What's it worth for you to be happy and healthy? If somebody said tomorrow, you'll never have to deal with money again, but you'll be happy eternally, would you take it? Because that's a real option. I mean, the reason why we strive so hard and we do so much is because we're so hungry for stuff. We're so hungry for these worldly possessions that we can't take with us. We can't take them beyond the grave. And then what do we have to show for it? We have a ton of debt, and we're never going to get out of. And we have all this stress. So what if you drive a 1990 Toyota Corolla? If it runs, what does it matter? So you don't have the latest cell phone with Bluetooth capability, blah, 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 and Wi-Fi, 5G, and all this crap. So, can you still call people you love? We're just all about showing out for people that don't matter. We're all about having the newest and greatest things that we don't even understand. We have to educate ourselves on the technology to be able to understand it. Anyways, just saying, we can live a simpler life. We just got to go forward and do it. We can have a lot less stress. We just got to let go of the stress we have. We can love a lot better. And it's not hard to love a lot better. Just apologize for the things you do. Own the things you do. And it'll get better. All right, guys. Well, that's it for tonight. Have a good night. Love you all. Stay cool. Talk to you soon. Bye.